Hi, second graders. Today, with our literary language, we are going to be learning about idioms. Idioms are phrases that mean something different than what they say. So, for example, an idiom is, it's raining cats and dogs. If somebody says, it's raining cats and dogs outside today, they don't mean that cats and dogs are falling from the sky and they might catch one. No, what they mean is that it's raining really hard out today. So today I am going to have you all read some parts of this book. It's called In a Pickle and Other Funny Idioms. And you can, in your journal today, you're going to jot down a few of these that you hear me say or read in our video from YouTube. And then I want you to write down what it means. You can just write down a few of them, maybe 3 perhaps. Also, I have a list I'm going to share with you. You can choose a couple of those to add to your list as well. And you can write down what it says on this part where it says, that is where you would write the idiom, the figurative language. What it means would be the literal language, what it actually means. So an idiom, to read our definition here, it is a phrase whose literal meaning is different from the implied meaning. I'm going to read a couple of them from this book right now also, just to share them as well. So the first one is straight from the horse's mouth. And it says, he got it straight from the horse's mouth. That's information gotten from the most reliable source. This is old horse slang. Suppose you want to buy a horse and you ask how old it is. How can you be sure that the seller is telling the truth? Well, it's easy. You just look into the horse's mouth. If you know a lot about horses, you can tell approximately how old a horse is by the size and the shape of its teeth. And you could be sure your information would be correct because you got it straight from the horse's mouth. The next one I wanted to share with you is she got up on the wrong side of the bed. The idiom is to get up on the wrong side of the bed, and the meaning to be grumpy. The ancient Romans were very superstitious. They thought it was extremely unlucky to get up out of bed on the left side. The right side of the bed was the safe, correct side. So if you absentmindedly got out on the left side, you would probably have a terribly unlucky day. That would certainly put you in a nasty mood, wouldn't it? So again, in your journal today, you're going to listen for idioms. You're going to jot them down and you are going to write what they mean. The next thing that I'm going to have you work on is I'm going to have you, and you can do this today or tomorrow, you can split it across 2 days, is you're going to look through this list. On this list, it says idioms are words or phrases that mean something completely different than their literal meaning. So the example given here is tie the knot. Literally does not mean to tie a knot, but it's actually used to describe 2 people who are getting married. Another example would be shake a leg. It literally does not mean stand up and start shaking your leg, but it's used to tell someone, come on, hurry up. So here are some other idioms for you. I'm going to have you think of one of these idioms that you would like to use, maybe one you've heard before, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do with that idiom. So on a piece of paper, you're going to, on one side, you're going to write figurative meaning, just like my example here on the board. On the other side, you're going to write literal meaning. If you need to pause the video here so you can write these down on your piece of paper or get a piece of paper to do so, go ahead. Then underneath of that, you are going to, from this paper that I've sent you, you are going to go ahead and select one of these idioms. I have selected the one that I shared with you at the very beginning of this lesson. It's raining cats and dogs. So the figurative meaning is it's raining cats and dogs, but the actual literal meaning is it's raining a lot. So on the side where it says figurative meaning, you would write down the idiom. On the literal meaning side, you would go ahead and write down what it actually means. And then underneath of that, you're going to go ahead and draw pictures to illustrate on those two different things to share those. All right, so that is our work today on idioms. I hope you enjoyed learning about idioms, and hopefully it has been fun to think about how authors use language in playful ways.